Day at the Word of Truth Church, 7107 Brevard Avenue in Warren, Michigan. We welcome our neighbors, family, and friends to join us and enjoy a fun picnic day on our church lot. We'll have food, fun, clothing giveaway, bounce house for the kids, and much, much more. Sunday, July 30th. 12 to 6 p.m. Bishop Robert E. Garner, Ph.D. Pastor. Mrs. Melistine Garner, First Lady.
WGPR Detroit, HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit. The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of WHPS, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to the Highland Park Spotlight. I am your host, Kisha B, and I'm so excited to be here today. I am chuckling because I have no other than the mayor of Highland Park, Miss Glenda McDonald. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. It's always a laugh when I'm with you. So I appreciate you having me back on the show.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for those who do not know, Mayor McDonald was elected into office back in January. So January 3rd was
Well,
the
I was
date?
elected in November, and I was sworn in on January 2nd.
Oh, okay, my bad. So she was sworn in on January 2nd, but she's back here in studio with me, so I'm really excited. I do want to touch on a few things. So I know that you were sworn in January. So there's been many noticeable changes within the community. We have the police chief, McMahon, who's doing an amazing job. Shout out to the police chief and the fire chief. He has the chat with the chief to help keep the community informed. The senior department is busy. I mean, they are doing so much. So shout out to the senior coordinator, Bernadette Hudgens. More information is being pushed and readily available to residents.
Yeah.
DPW is active in the community with cleanup efforts and trying to keep the city as beautified as possible. And all of this is commendable. So what do you feel are some of your accomplishments so far?
Well, I think that the biggest thing is communication.
Okay.
People are reaching out to me, thanking me for keeping them informed on what's going on. We try to push as much communication in various ways as we can. We have, of course, our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, our website, but we also have documents going out to block club presidents, and they're, sending it out. We're trying to do as much as we can to form more block clubs, and that's, we have added about 5 since I've been in.
Oh, wow.
And that's good because the more we have, the more we can get out to the community.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that, the citizens are really trying to organize and come together and form block clubs or block communities so that we can be more viable in their community by giving them the information that they need. Some of the other things is resources. We've had quite a few resource agencies come into the community. Just this past weekend, Wayne Metro had a big CAD, and that was it. I went by there. It was wall to wall.
Wow.
And as well as just yesterday, Thaw, Chantel Jenkins brought Thaw here, and they were able to help some citizens too. So we're trying to make sure that every resource that's available to the citizens of Highland Park, that they get them. That's one of the things that we're doing. The other thing is just being out with the people. I think I've just left neighborhoods, and there people are really excited about seeing us out. I'm walking. I do walk the city on Saturdays, but I'm
That you
walking
do.
in. I'm doing walk the neighborhoods on Wednesdays,
Okay.
and so going to various neighborhoods, talking to the citizens, seeing what's going on over there, making sure that I'm aware of what needs to be done and if we can get it done, making it happen. Community and economic development, we have quite a few people waiting to start developments. We've started the process. The city council approved for us to get a planning firm, and so we just finished going through those, and we're in the process of getting ready to choose one. And along with our CED director, we have approximately about 15 people waiting
Oh, wow.
to develop something in some areas in our city. So that's awesome. Some of it, let me say this, because I don't take credit for stuff that I didn't do. Some were already in the works before I took office, and then there's been about 7 or 8 that has happened since I've been in office.
Okay.
So kudos to the former mayor and his administration for putting that forward, and then kudos to my administration for also working together to bring more. So we're open for business. That's been my thing from day one. We're trying to get our city developed. The more developments, the more tax dollars. The more tax dollars, the more we can do.
Awesome. So previously, you were an educator, right? So working with the youth is extremely important to you. And you've recently created the youth committee to bring in younger residents into the fold. What was your reason for the creation of the committee, and why is it important to include them?
Well, first of all, if you don't have youth, you don't have a city. And so, can you hear me? I'm sorry. If you don't have the youth, you don't have a city, because that's the future of the city.
True.
So I need to know exactly what they want to see for their future. We're not going to be here always. I'm not going to always be here. But if I can leave something for the next generation, and then the next generation leaves something for the next generation, then the city will continue to grow. We're supposed to plan for the next 10 years, not just for today, but for the next 10 years. And so the youth commission, it's not a commission, I'm sorry, the youth committee, they just sit down and talk about the things that they want to see, what can they do to help. That's one thing they've been very good at asking. What can I do to help?
That's awesome.
To bring forth the city. So it's important. It's important that they be a part of the planning, they be a part of the growth, they be a part of the development, and because they have to live here. And I want them to come back and live here.
Yeah.
A lot of them leave when they go to college. I'm not going back to Highland Park. What am I going back to Highland Park for? I don't want them to keep saying that. I want them to say, I'm going back to my city because it's booming, it's banging, it's doing whatever the youth say today.
It's lit.
It's lit. it's whatever. But at this point, I just need them to come back and be a part of the growth.
That's amazing. So what are some of your aspirations for the youth committee? Is there any specific thing that you hope to achieve with them?
Well, one is to make sure that they are helping with the community and economic development in our city. We know that we have probably we have the baby boomers, we have Generation X, Generation, millennials, Generation Z, and I don't know what the next generation going to be called, but that's 4 generations of citizens in this community. And then I don't even know if the senior citizens are baby boomers, but some are in their 90s, so I can't tell you exactly what generation that is. But we have quite a few seniors. So the youth have to be a part of developing.
Right.
They have to be. We have some young people now just ready to do some developments in the city, and that's for their generation. We have to plan for every generation in this city. And so that's one of the goals. The other ones is to just engage them. That's a big goal, is to get them engaged, get them out. When I was out, most of the youth don't know who the mayor is. They don't
That's true.
know who, the city council, who
That's very
sits on
true.
the city council. So some of that is, we have to be engaging in order for them to know, because we want them to one day run for city council or mayor or whatever they choose, treasurer, clerk, judge, whatever
Yeah.
they choose to run for. But they have to know what it's about. They have to know how to go about it. And so that's the part of the engagement that I really want to work on.
I agree. It's really big to pull the youth in. And I know, shout out to Rio, Devante. There's a few others. I don't remember your names, but shout out to you guys, because you guys are really trying to do some things here in the city, which is awesome. And I think like you said, it is important to include them, because they got to take the keys next. So
Right.
it's important. And even still, while maintaining and upholding some of our seniors and things like that. And I know the Michigan Veteran Affairs Agency was here back on July 14th. They did a presentation about the services that they offer to the veterans. And during that time, you mentioned about creating another committee, which was the Veterans Committee. Have you started putting that together yet?
Well, I spoke to a few people that was at that meeting.
Okay.
Who is interested in sitting on that. We're in the process of just talking now to see what it looks like, and then process after that is to go to before the council and get approval to create a commission, because I
Okay.
truly think we need a veterans commission. There's a number of vets in our community, and people just don't know who they are. And,
Okay.
and it's a lot of things that can happen for them. Shout out to the county for coming out and bringing out that information, the state of Michigan, the federal government. I'm a proud mother of 3 veterans. All 3 of my children served in the military. So I know the struggles
Yeah.
of them, and some of the things that they had to do to serve their country. And I think they deserve that recognition. And Highland Park,
Absolutely.
I don't know. I know they have a variety of organizations, but we have the American Legion and going on like that. But we don't have a commission that works specifically with the vets and what their needs are. Because
Okay.
what if we need veterans housing, in the community? Because some of them might be homeless
That's
out
true.
here. We need to look into that. We need to look in how we can do that and serve the people that serve the country and for us. And so, yes, I have a couple of people, 2, 3 right now that's interested. And if anybody's listening and they live in the city of Highland Park and you're interested in sitting on a committee right now just to, talk about what is needed, let me know. Let
Okay.
me know.
Yeah, so I take it the framework of the committee and or commission, once it gets approved through the city council, will be just to kind of base services for the veterans within the community.
Yes, and that would, and give them the resources, point them in the direction of where they need to go.
Okay.
If there is a program that can help with housing, that kind of thing. I think we need to be local in our community, just so everybody knows where to go.
Okay. All right. So, I know that a lot of this issue has been on a lot of people's minds as far as the residents go. There's one issue that, if not solved with urgency, will leave the city in unknown territory, and I'm speaking in regards to the water situation. The city of Highland Park and the Great Lakes Water Authority have been in court for years. I mean, it's been about a decade or so, and everything has finally come to a head. We were recently in mediation
Yes.
And to my understanding, I believe we still are,
Yes.
right? But where do we stand as of right now?
That's a good question, Kisha B. Well, the judge has ordered, there's an order
Okay.
that the city of Highland Park owes $24 million, and also that he's ordered a levy that the Great Lakes Water Authority can put on, levy on us. At this time, the levy did not make our taxes.
Okay.
And I want people to know that you did not receive a levy on your taxes for July. So please know that. If you have questions about your taxes or increase, please go up to the Treasurer Department and ask them, but it has nothing to do with the water levy.
Okay. Because that was going to be another question.
I'm quite sure because people are calling.
Yeah.
No, what we are doing, we go back into mediation, and the judge is waiting to hear how the judge for, we have two cases.
Okay.
Okay, one case has not went to court yet.
Okay.
So we're in mediation. We're working with the mediators to try to come to a solution of how we will be able to handle this debt and hopefully get some help with handling this debt. At this point, we have reached out to the governor's office. We've reached out, and I've talked to my state senator. I've talked to my state rep. And the senator and the rep has spoke and said that they would be willing to, work for us and help us.
Awesome.
And so that's where we stand at this moment right now. There is an order,
Okay.
and that order does mean that the Great Lakes Water Authority can put a levy on us, but as it stands, they have not, and we have not had to do that. We did have to pay $1 million,
Right.
which
right.
we did do that, and that will be applied to our bill.
Okay.
There's been some, I'm just going to say this, I want to be politically correct, but sometimes you just have to say some things. And there's been some controversy with that, and controversy of, you give us $1 million in good faith, and then we'll continue the mediation. Well, right after that, we got the levy. The judge, ruled and gave us this levy. So it's a little iffy on some things. Hopefully the governor will step up and step in and help us with some of the things that we need. I know that we received, this is some good news, we did receive, we're one of the recipients of a grant for our infrastructure, which is, I think, $1.5 million to help us to continue to rebuild our infrastructure. So our water department, shout out to the water department because they're doing a wonderful, wonderful job of trying to keep us at that point where we can get these things done. The state, Eagle, has said that we have to build our infrastructure.
Right.
And in order for us to even think about talking about our plan at all. So
Okay.
we have over 400, I want to say miles, as they say.
That's a
And
lot.
I think that's correct, of pipe that we have to put down. And
Okay.
so before we do that, after we do that, then we can, and only then can we talk about whether or not our plant will be back open.
Okay.
But we do have some water warriors. Let me tell you that real quick because I know we might have to go to break soon. Water warriors are out there, and they're really doing what is needed as citizens to stand up for themselves, to fight back against these, and I'm going to say it, injustice of this small African American community, because there is question whether or not we owe this much money. It wasn't metered.
Right.
And so the justification of us owing these millions of dollars is questionable. And so I'll just leave it right there. I'm just, like I said, to the governor and anyone else that's out there that's, is looking to help us. We're waiting. We're waiting on your call.
Absolutely, because I know there's been discrepancies or confusion in regards to this whole situation, because it's been ongoing for so long. Some people may not understand the full story. Some may only have bits and pieces. Some may just be coming in at the tail end of this. So I personally got asked the question. I got a phone call, but I was able to give them accurate information. But they were saying that they're paying their water bill.
Right.
And they were concerned that the city wasn't paying the water bill. But in actuality, we've been paying the water bill, right? But it's just the way, is 65 cents on the dollar, which was the contract.
Yes.
And now they're suing for the remainder of that dollar. Is that correct?
So we had a contract with DWSD, Detroit Water and Sewage Department.
Okay.
And that contract stated that we would pay 65% on every dollar. Well, as the story goes, we ended up on emergency water, and because they shut our plant down to be repaired, allegedly, which was only supposed to take 4 days. Well, 4 days now has turned into since 2012.
Oh, wow.
And so it has not that has not been done. So we still have that same contract that we had with DWSD. The contract never changed when it went over to GLEWA. We don't have a contract that says that we need to pay the whole dollar with GLEWA, as far as I know.
Okay.
And so we have been paying our bill. We've paid what we were asked to pay, 65%. That's the contract.
Okay.
Now they don't want to honor GLEWA does not want to honor that contract.
Okay.
And so at this point, that's a question too. Why wasn't the contract honored? Because it is a contract, a binding contract. And where do we go from here?
Right. Well, I am hopeful that we'll be able to find a solution after all these years. It's been a long time coming. And instead of pushing it to the side, we got to face the issue head on.
Yep.
So while we're live, I am going to say this. This is not an easy task or situation to deal with, especially when you just came into office in January. This legit just fell into your lap. And I know personally that you've been fighting for the residents here a long time, and I'm sure you won't stop now, right? I know that.
Of course not. I live here.
You right here in the community, which leads me to the next question. Before we take our commercial break, you also served on the city council here in Highland Park, but now you are mayor, which is completely different. Completely different. What does that look like? What are some of the roles of the mayor that you have to do? Okay,
so the mayor is the executor of the city, the executive body. What does that mean? That means I run the city of Highland Park, whereas it's maintenance, community economic development, human resources, all of the departments, police, fire, every department that falls up under the mayor. And so each one of those departments is responsible for a job, a job. Even the city attorney. The city attorney is also a part of the mayor's cabinet. It's just like the president having his cabinet, the secretary of this, the secretary of that. So the mayor has a cabinet, and those are appointed positions. They don't have contracts. They are appointed. And so each one of those administrators is responsible for their department. My job is to make sure that the administrators are doing what they're doing. And also my job is to make sure that the ordinances that was created by City Council or the charter that was created by the Charter Commission is followed. And we are here to make sure that all of those ordinances are followed. it's a difference. The city council is the legislative body. Anybody that went to school, I believe, in ninth grade, I don't know if it's ninth grade, I know you had government and you also had civics. Civics,
Yes.
you had, was mainly about how the government works, civics, things like that. The government talked about the three branches. Three branches. There's the judicial, the executive, and the legislative. So the city council is the legislative body. They create the laws, the legislation, the ordinances, those things that governs our city.
Okay.
That's their job. My job is to make sure those ordinances and laws are carried out. People are not breaking them. And if it's being broken, making sure that they're held accountable for it.
Okay.
So that's the difference. And like the judge, the judicial law, she governs over the laws that's been broken as far as, making sure that the person that broke the laws come before her, and she determined whether or not they need to be punished for that in some ways or form. But she does other things. I'm not saying that it's always a punishment, but
Right.
That's her job. She's the judge. There's the clerk I know we talked about that, but there's the clerk's office. The clerk's office is responsible for a business license. That's her job. Business license. Her job regards elections.
Okay.
So I don't have anything to do with elections. I don't have anything to do with business license other than my departments going out and doing their inspections
Okay.
for businesses to make sure that they're in order of what the ordinance say they should be doing, right? Treasurer, that's her division. I don't have anything to do with the treasurer. The treasurer runs that department, okay? Taxes,
Through the treasurer.
through the treasurer. That's property taxes. We have our income taxes is contracted out, but it's still a part that the treasurer receives information about. So those are the different things. And people get confused because I know they call me a lot about things. It's like, who did this? Who do it? Ma'am, ma'am and sir, this is what we do.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Well, I appreciate you for clarifying. But we do have to take a quick commercial break. So when we return, I got a lot more questions to ask, but I'm going to try not to take up too much more of her time. But stay tuned here on the Highland Park Spotlight. I'm your host, Kisha B, and we'll be right back after this.
Justice for Mario Willis. Truth. Facts. Evidence. Matter. Log into justiceformariowillis.com. Read for yourself.
Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show. Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only.
Muscles, joints, or feet tired, achy, or distressed? Tried everything? Ringmaster Rubbing Oil is a vintage topical pain reliever, trusted for over 70 years, with a rich formula for the treatment of stubborn aches and pains. Packaged in a glass bottle for purity, our liquid can also be used in warm water for foot soaks and compresses. A little goes a long way. Try our time-tested formula, available in several sizes.
Make a donation to WHBR TV and receive two 2-ounce bottles of Ringmaster Rubbing Oil for $25. Call 313-868-6612.
The Detroit Water and Sewerage Department is looking for motivated Detroiters to be a part of our team. We have opportunities for field services technicians, engineers, and customer service specialists with competitive pay and benefits. Make a real difference with the work you do every day. Join other Detroiters who are taking part protecting the pipes where we live, work, and play. Learn more and apply at detroitmi.gov/jobs. DWSD, working hard for you.
To the Highland Park Spotlight. I'm your host, Kisha B, and I have the Mayor Glenda McDonald, in studio with me. Her in this chair.
I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous about it.
You don't have to be nervous. It's okay. But I did want to say thank you for clarifying up the confusion, because I wanted to make sure that residents actually had an understanding of what the mayor does. Sometimes they get confused with roles of the city council or certain departments, like the Community of Economic Development that you hit on. Speaking of CED, there are some developments. You kind of touched on that a little earlier, that we could look forward to as well. The Joe Louis Greenway is coming through Highland Park.
Yes.
Have they started on that?
You know, I know they were supposed to be breaking ground in June, but I didn't get a conversation or a call about it.
Okay.
So I don't know if they have. Might have been a couple of delays, but they're still on task to do it.
Okay.
It's going to be exciting.
Yes.
Because I love to ride my bike. You can't tell this year, but previous years I was doing it. So it's giving me a good pathway to go and just ride. You know, we're going to be having, our city will have about a mile of the Greenway.
Okay.
So, you know, put in a couple of miles up and back, although it will continue on. And at one point it's going to connect back to the first part somewhere. And so that's going to be awesome to be able to go out, ride from downtown through Hamtramck, through Highland Park, through Dearborn, and back to Detroit, for those who have the legs and stamina to do it.
Because that's 25 miles. That's going to be kind of hard.
Well, you know,
all the way around.
I can say I actually have rode 24 miles in the last 3 years. But, again, I haven't been out there, so I don't know if that's going to happen this year. But I'm just excited, really, really excited to see this happening. And I know citizens are. Also, there's going to be spaces for them to be able to sit and, you know, just have a green space for them to come through. Now, again, I don't take credit for things that I don't, you know, that didn't start with me. It might end with me, but it didn't start with me. So that's I'm glad that was a project that started, and we're hoping that it'll be soon, and it'll be opening soon, where people will be able to get out there and enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it. And then there's some developers who want to develop around that space, just in that area. Just in that area. So that's exciting to me, because that means that you can also come and shop and eat and walk and, you know, ride and whatever.
I want restaurants. I want some food.
We all on the same page. So there is some of those being, you know, proposed.
Okay.
And so at this point, I'm excited to just see what happens here. Yeah. Highland Park is a blank canvas, and we can bring as much or as little as we want.
True.
Am I concerned about those who think that they can take over the city? Yeah, a little bit, you know, yeah. But our people, our citizens, they deserve to see something exciting. And I am
Absolutely.
definitely vetting. And that's one thing about my CED director. He definitely understands that we are vetting every project that is proposed to make sure that we are not giving away property and people are just sitting and holding it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that won't happen again. And so if you have a project, you have your funding source, you have those things that you need to go forward. I know there's some preliminaries that has to be done. We have one project that we know has passed some of those preliminaries. We have more than one, but there's one exciting one that's going to end up on East Buena Vista.
Okay.
It's a housing development, so I'm looking forward to having new citizens
Yes.
in a whole block, and so that's what we're doing. We're doing everything that we can to grow this city.
Yeah, because I know there's that building on Victor and Woodward, the black and white building. They're almost done with that.
Oh, you're talking about, yes.
So
That-
and they have an Airbnb upstairs, which is amazing. I got an opportunity to take a look at it, and it blew my mind because from the outside, you wouldn't think that would be on the inside. So it was just mind blowing. It's
awesome.
beautiful.
It's an awesome place. It's a privately owned organization.
Okay.
The building belonged to them, and he bought it off of private owner, and he's been renovating it ever since he bought it. He talked about some of the nice things that's going to be downstairs and the Airbnbs and the lofts that's going to be upstairs. And so this is the things I'm talking about because we know Airbnbs are not a thing.
Yes.
Uber, Airbnb.
Yes.
Those are, the new generation of things. People are no longer driving as much. They're using bikes and scooters and Ubers and what else? What's that other one? Lyfts and things like that. So to be right on Woodward Avenue and to be right there where you can get on any form of transportation right there, it's an exciting piece. He talked about restaurants. He talked about
in that building on Victor and Woodward.
Restaurants.
Ooh,
He
okay.
talked about a community center where people can come and have business meetings and
Awesome.
spaces. He's talked about, and I guess this is something for the young people. I don't know, selfie museum.
Yeah.
And
That's a big thing. now.
things like that. I guess it is. I don't know. And so it's a change. It's a change. I'm so excited about the changes that's being proposed in Highland Park. I'm so excited for our residents because it's been a long time. I've been here 51 years, and I saw the what we called up on Woodward, because people used to say, "I'm going up on Woodward,"
Yeah.
and all the stores, all the restaurants, all the entertainment spaces, and so that's what we're looking for. That's what we're doing.
What do you feel as far as the new developments that's coming into the city? How do you believe that this will help put Highland Park back on the map?
Wow, girl.
She
Listen.
smacked the lips.
We are the nucleus of Detroit.
That's
right in
true.
the middle. Right in the middle, we call ourselves, and I'm going to say it, and I know people don't, what? We are the capital of Detroit.
That's true.
We're right in the middle. We might not be Detroit, but we're in the middle. Along with Hamtramck doesn't sit on Woodward. So we're right on a main thoroughway. We're right on a main street. That street goes from downtown to Pontiac.
That's true.
So when you're riding from downtown all the way to Pontiac, you have to see Highland Park.
Yeah.
And so these developments will make you want to stop. It's like, that wasn't there. Wow, let me check that out. Let's see what that's about.
Yeah.
There go a new restaurant. Let me stop and see what that's about. There go a new venue, nighttime venue, nightlife venue. Let's see what that's about. You know, that's why it's important that we develop, because we need that will bring revenue to the businesses. The businesses will stay and they'll grow. That's what we need to do. That's what we're doing. What's happening?
Okay, so hold on. Just
Something
kinda
crawling?
spin this way for me.
Oh, okay. I was like, is
Yeah.
something going on?
Just take your jacket off and kind of fling it a little bit.
Girl, what I'm going to do is...
Go
we-
ahead.
we
Go
gon- we
ahead.
gonna cut
Go
this
ahead and
because-
swing that. All right. So one thing that I can say is that every department works hard in
Mm-hmm.
Highland Park. I believe that the administration has the city's best interest at heart, and really want to see Highland Park become better than it's ever been. And I know it won't happen overnight, but I believe that we are headed in the right direction. Yep. So swing this way.
Okay.
It's
what-
just you
yeah,
see
it's
it.
a something.
It's
And I don't know what a something is.
it was just a little ant. But
We got
what
an
do you foresee for Highland Park? Is there anything specific that you want to see take place? Anything specific?
I want to make sure that Highland Park grows. That's it.
That's a good one.
That's it. I want to make sure Highland Park grows. I think when I moved here, it was about 35,000 people.
Wow.
At one point, it used to be 50,000 at the
Wow.
highest point. We're just under 10,000. Yeah, no, that's not acceptable to me. I know this city is great and is worthy of greatness. I know that people will see what I see. We have had so many people move in the last couple of years, whereas they see the greatness of these homes, these businesses, these the families, you know. And so, even with our school system, I see greatness coming again. We just all got to work together. And so the growth of this city depends on everyone working together and getting things done. That's the bottom line. It depends on everyone working together. Our theme is we are one community, and I mean that. There is no mayor without citizens. There's
very
no
true.
city council without citizens. This is the way that we have to go. We have to work together to fuel and energize the city. Every council person should be working with their districts or their areas to help to find out. I'm out here. I'm going from city council district to district. I'm talking to people. Let's work together to get this done. There is things that city council can do that I might not be able to do.
Right.
And there's things that I can do that the city council may not be able to do. But the word for the day is growth.
Growth.
Or I could say growth and development.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's big. And it's needed here in Highland Park. I believe everything that you said as far as Highland Park being the nucleus and the capital of Detroit is true, you know, and that's just me coming from someone who grew up in Detroit. So Highland Park sits right in the heart of Detroit and is the actual motor city, you know, when we think about it. And so any last words for the residents that may be watching right now or that will replay this interview later?
Only thing I got is I'm here, I'm available, I'm energized, I'm ready to work, and I just need your help. I need everybody in this city to help. I know first thing people say is I pay my taxes and I should be able to get this, that, and the other. And we appreciate you so much, and definitely you should be able to do that. But we also have to work in our neighborhoods to make sure those things that you want done or see done, or you want your neighborhood to be a certain way, it helps us that you reach out. It helps us if you are just taking care of your own yard.
Absolutely.
You know,
Beautification
and
is
if you
huge.
see someone who's not really destroying your neighborhood, reach out, call the police department, call the code enforcement, call the mayor's office, let your council person know.
Yeah.
You know, these are the things that's inhibiting us from growing and beautifying our community. And so all I ask is that you just join with me, and help bring Highland Park back to the status that we know. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. We know it can be.
Absolutely. Well, you heard it right there from the mayor herself. If you know of anything, if you want to be a part of the solution and not the problem, reach out. Right. So that's the only way that we can bring Highland Park back, is that we all work together as far as we are one community. So we are going to take our last commercial break. When I come back, please have your pen and some paper ready, because I have some information to give you. There are some upcoming events tonight, tomorrow, and even next month. So please grab pen, pencil, crayon, an envelope, a piece of paper, a newspaper, something to write on, because you don't want to miss what I'm getting ready to give you. We'll be right back to the Highland Park Spotlight. I'm your host, Kisha B, and we will return right after this.
At the Detroit Water and Sewerage Department, we're working hard to protect pipes by cleaning public sewer lines to reduce flooding and speeding up the replacement of lead service lines. Protect your pipes with 3 easy tips. Pour grease into containers, toss wipes in the trash can, and check for running toilets, leaky pipes, and dripping faucets. For more tips, go to detroitmi.gov/protect pipes. DWSD, working hard to protect pipes for you. The Detroit Water and Sewerage Department is looking for motivated Detroiters to be a part of our team. We have opportunities for field services technicians, engineers, and customer service specialists with competitive pay and benefits. Make a real difference with the work you do every day. Join other Detroiters who are taking part protecting the pipes where we live, work, and play. Learn more and apply at detroitmi.gov/jobs. DWSD, working hard for you.
Is arthritis, rheumatism, inflammation holding you back? Even ladies' menstrual cycle pain? Order Hurt No More. It's all natural and it works fast. Go to 86pain.com.
You know, I played in the NFL back in the 60s. We could have used Hurt No More after every game. I could have used something to relieve my pain.
If you've got pain, I've got the answer. Hurt no more. Wherever the pain is, it'll grab it fast.
86 to Pain. Go to 86pain.com.
Justice for Mario Willis. Truth. Facts. Evidence. Matter. Log into justiceformariowillis.com. Read for yourself.
Welcome back to the Highland Park Spotlight. I'm your host, Kisha B. Shout out to Mayor McDonald, who came through to the show today. It was really great. So I hope you took this opportunity to grab pen, pencil, crayon, something to write on and whatnot. And the mayor mentioned this earlier today, that thaw was here in Highland Park yesterday. If you missed your opportunity to actually get assistance from them, they provide direct water bill payment assistance for residential customers throughout the state of Michigan with past due water bills. So if you need assistance, I'm going to give you the phone number to call. Their number is 800-866-8429. Again, that number is 800-866-8429. Now, this is for thaw MI water, so this is so you could get assistance on paying the water bill. There is eligibility guidelines that you have to fall within. However, they can give you that information via phone. Again, that number is 800-866-8429. If you are here and you have time tonight, stop by 13233 Hamilton Avenue for Chat with the Chief. That takes place this evening at 6 p.m. So please, please, please come out, have an opportunity to sit down with the chief, hear about different things that's happening within your community. Crime rate is actually down, which is a good thing. Out of the crimes that are happening is more petty crimes, so that's good. Well, it's not good, but at least it's not some of the more extreme situations. But please come out, express your concerns. If you have questions, this is the time to ask them. If you have certain things that you want to make the chief knowledgeable of, this is the time to do so. So please, please, please be in the building tonight at 6 p.m. The address is 13233 Hamilton Avenue, which sits right at Hamilton and Waverly. So if you're able to make it out, please do so. If not, you can join it online. So it will be streamed through YouTube and also Facebook. So you can join it that way if you're not able to make it. I know it's supposed to storm this evening, so if you choose not to come out, please, 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 at least tune in online. Next is Hot Senior Summer Day at the Rec Center, which will be tomorrow, July 27th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The address is 10 Pickens Street. There is free transportation to this event if you need it. Please sign up in your building or schedule your ride by calling 313-252-0050, extension 242, no later than 3 o'clock today. You don't have long. So if you need transportation, you have until 3 o'clock today to give them a call to let them know. The phone number again is 252-0050, extension 242. This is free entry for everyone. There's music, resource fair at 10 o'clock. DAAA Project Fresh will be there providing free veggies and fruit specifically for you. Lunch is at 12 o'clock. They do have raffles, and the Wayne State Mobile Clinic will be there as well. So if you're able to come out, please do. Again, Hot Senior Summer Day at the Rec. This is tomorrow, 10 to 4. Also tomorrow is the block club meeting. So the mayor spoke on this earlier. We need as many block clubs as possible. Reason being is because when information needs to go out, it goes to the block club president, and they are responsible for getting it out to those in their block club. So if you have not formed your block club, please do so. You can get the application from City Hall downstairs. They have them readily available. Or you could come to the block club meeting, which will be held tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the fire station, which is located at 24 Gerald Street. So this, again, is the block club meeting. This is the citywide block club meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the fire station. So please come out to that. The seniors department will also have a cruise. So I'm kind of jealous. So this here is the Ride on the Detroit Princess Riverboat. This will take place on August 10th, which is a Thursday. Pickup time is 9:30 a.m. The pickup location will be in front of the water department, and drop-off time will be 3:30 p.m. Included will be transportation to and from the pier, a 2-hour Detroit River tour, live Motown music, and a buffet meal. This is for the seniors. If you would like to participate, please, please, please RSVP by making your payment. That payment is only $55. It do not cost, it costs way more than that to be on the Princess. So you guys are actually receiving one heck of a discount. However, payment is due by tomorrow, so you don't have long. So if you want to participate in this event, please call 313-252-0050 extension 242 to RSVP, and please have your $55 ready to give. Again, this is for the ride on the Detroit Princess Riverboat on August 10th from 9:30 to about 3:30. The last thing I do want to go over is the rec center is participating in Meet Up and Eat Up again this year. Healthy food to fuel your summer. This is for 18 years of age and younger only. So this is specifically for the youth. Meals are served Monday through Thursday. This program ends August 17th. However, they do serve breakfast at 8:30 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. and lunch from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. This again is the Meet Up and Eat Up at the Rec Center, Ernest T. Ford Field House. There's also youth activities throughout the day as well. To find out what those activities are, you can call 313-580-3208. Again, that number is 313-580-3208. Meals are served, breakfast 8:30 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. and lunch 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Again, only for the youth. So if you have any nieces, nephews, sons, daughters that can participate, send them up to the rec center to grab their free meals. So you have been watching the Highland Park Spotlight. I hope that you guys tune in again in another week when I go live yet again. So I am thankful to everyone who tuned in today. Thank you again, Mayor McDonald, for coming in and sitting with me today. I'm your host, Kisha B. I am signing off. Oh, before I do, please do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, okay? Please do that. You can visit highlandparkmi.gov, and in the upper right-hand corner, you will see the button for YouTube. It's a little red button. You can click that and it's going to take you directly to our YouTube channel, and you can subscribe there. Again, please subscribe to the City of Highland Park YouTube channel. There's a lot of information that goes out on those channels, and as well, we're putting together how-to videos. So there's a how-to sign up for text and email updates. There's a how-to pull up your case for 30th District. There's going to be some other how-to videos that's going to be released. So please, please, please subscribe and catch me next time. Again, this has been the Highland Park Spotlight. I'm your host, Kisha B, and I'll see you next time.
Picnic Day at the Word of Truth Church, 7107 Brevard Avenue in Warren, Michigan. We welcome our neighbors, family, and friends to join us and enjoy a fun picnic day on our church lot. We'll have food, fun, clothing giveaway, bounce house for the kids, and much, much more. Sunday, July 30th. 12 to 6 p.m. Bishop Robert E. Garner, Ph.D. Pastor. Mrs. Melistine Garner, First Lady. Picnic Day at the Word of Truth Church, 7107 Brevard Avenue in Warren, Michigan. We welcome our neighbors, family, and friends to join us and enjoy a fun picnic day on our church lot. We'll have food, fun, clothing giveaway, bounce house for the kids, and much, much more. Sunday, July 30th. 12 to 6 p.m. Bishop Robert E. Garner, Ph.D. Pastor. Mrs. Melistine Garner, First Lady.
Watkins Broadcasting is going worldwide. Now you can watch Detroit's own WHPR on your TV from anywhere in the world. No matter where you are, you can stay in the know with WHPR TV and Roku. You can get your easy-to-install Roku box from wherever you shop for your entertainment gear. Once your Roku box is connected to your TV and internet, go to the channel store on the home menu of the Roku box. Enter WHPR TV in the search engine and add it to your channels. That's it. That's all you need to get the best in entertainment, news, and talk, no matter where you are. Roku brings all of your favorites to your TV. Netflix, Hulu Plus, Crackle, HBO Go, and now WHPR TV, Detroit Live.